Check two. Check one. Check two. And we're live. We're live. We are live. Boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the morning show with Marcus. My name is Marcus. I'm your host today. And, holy smokes, the Iowa caucus. Wow, I'm going to talk about the election today. Unbelievable. Looks like, hey man. Well, everybody was calling it. It looks like yours truly. I got it right? I got the spread right on Trump. So if you're a gambler, or if you're betting the odds, Sticks Hexenhammer had the odds of Trump. What percentage Trump was going to win? Everybody had the win right. We all had the win right. Give everybody a round of applause who said that Trump would eviscerate the field in Iowa. Everybody had that right. Trump has won the Iowa caucus by an outstanding 51%. Probably be 52% at the end. Sticks Hexenhammer had it in the low 40s. H.A. Goodman had it in the high 60s. Conte had it right in the middle 50s. I told you he'd probably win by 50%, which is unprecedented. That's the highest percentage that a Republican candidate has won the Republican nomination, the Republican Iowa caucus since 1979. Trump gets more than 50% of the vote. Now, what it indicates right here is that the people have spoken, but they've spoken quite loudly. And I told you on this program that Trump is going to outperform the polls. Trump is going to outperform. Why? Because you've got crazy people on the other side of this election who want to see Trump thrown in jail. And anybody and everybody who coalesces around Trump is also a criminal, MAGA maniacs, MAGA extremists, right? Like terrorists. So the likelihood of people coming out and saying in a poll that I'm going to vote for Trump is not as likely. They're not going to do that. They're just going to go in and vote for Trump. And since Trump has now outperformed in the Iowa caucus, where everybody could see how you're voting, going into New Hampshire, whatever those polls are, Trump is going to outperform. Right? Because, again, the fear factor. Right? So Conte's right. Conte is the new pundit. Just for the record, let's call it like it is. I told you that Trump would outperform. So we'll look at today. We're going to look at Trump's victory speech, but we'll also look at the other three. Vivek Ramaswamy has dropped out. Vivek Ramaswamy is out of the race. Has folded his cards and turned his support to Trump. There was a little stir up there between Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy. Trump was accusing him of being a sly little devil. I think what happened, in my opinion, what happened with Trump, looking at what Vivek Ramaswamy had said. Vivek Ramaswamy basically said that the establishment is so hell-bent about stopping Trump that they would never let him near the White House again, and that it's a waste of time to think that Trump can be president again. Right? That's what Vivek Ramaswamy said. Now, is that really that far out to think that the establishment will stop at nothing to stop Trump? No, it's not. Right? That play is still in play. Right? The play that stop Trump no matter what is still in. It's still happening, right? No doubt about it, right? And they tried to smear Trump. It didn't work. He won Iowa bigly, right? They tried to jail him. They tried to use the criminal justice system and the courts to stop him. It didn't work. what's next? What's next? Again, you want to be optimistic. You want to, in these scenarios, it does look like assassination attempts are likely. Now, I don't know. There's probably been many already on Trump's life, but you have to. You gotta worry about the inside hit. Right? And I mean, I'm not making a prediction. I'm just. It's a gut feeling. It's a view. You talk about this stuff every day, and it occurs to you that how else could they possibly stop Trump? They have to stop him, right? The Democrats look at Trump as he's going to come and lock us up. Why? Because we're trying to lock him up, right? They're fighting as Trump is fighting for his own freedom and his own way around the very corrupt system, right, that's trying to jail him. So are the Democrats, right? They know that if Trump seizes power, maybe this time he's going to mean it, right? He's going to really come, Look, if Trump becomes president and folds again and doesn't, quote, drain the swamp or build the wall or lock her up, I don't know. He's just another phony politician. Does it serve the country to shut down, do what some of Vivek Ramaswamy was saying, shut down the FBI, the CIA, and start over, and the DOJ, these agencies designed to keep us safe, but have become agencies of manipulation, political tools for whoever's in power. Right? So there you go. Nikki Haley gave a speech. Well, I'll play that one. I got that. She still thinks she's winning. Ron DeSantis gave a speech. He still thinks he's winning. Vivek Ramaswamy gave a speech and he folded. And Trump very graciously took the stage in Iowa and confirmed the win, the historical win, right? The big win, 52% of the vote, when there's 4 or 5 other legitimate candidates in the mix. So this is my thumbnail today. Hey, how you doing? This Trump skates to victory with his 2 sons on each side, flanking him with smiles, and beautiful speech, beautiful day for Trump. And he doesn't look like he's frazzled at all. He's certainly free. He's certainly a free man. So Marcus Conte, that's my name, and this is a website leading into the elections. If you're finding this channel for the first time, I've been around doing this for a while, and we're going to take you all the way into the end of the election cycle, where it is predicted that Trump it's do or die. Trump wins or Trump dies, sadly. And, does Trump, still the wild card is, will Biden make it to the finish line? Right? The Democrats did not hold a legitimate primary. There was no debates. They never spoke of another candidate. No other candidate was really viable in the Democratic Party. And so who are they going to pick? Are they going to default to Kamala Harris, who never ran for anything, really, or whatever. Or fucking Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who nobody in the country has voted for either. Democrats are perfectly and incredibly capable of picking someone that nobody voted for and nobody really wants, and then they'll put all their support behind him because it's a puppet. Right? The puppet wins. Right? So that's I would say that's the wild card. I think Trump as the Republican candidate, candidate Trump is a given. Candidate Biden, I don't think so. I think he's growing wildly unpopular day after day. The Democratic strategy of smearing Trump because something happened on January 6th, some violent insurrection, is falling short of hitting its target. Nobody believes that, right? People believe that with their own eyes, they saw incredible violence on the left, from the left, Antifa, burning cities, fucking all the violence that we saw throughout those rallies, hundreds of them. Nobody believes that because a bunch of patriots showed up on January 6th to voice their opinion of election fraud in this country is grounds for not getting the guy back in. It's just not, right? So Democrats have in my view, that's a losing strategy right there, right? And and the more they do it, the more it elevates Trump, because it proves that there is a very, very deep and ugly swamp that needs to be drained. So welcome everybody in the chat. Good morning. All our friends are here today. This is live studio audience. Champs is here. Sickle Fritz 896. Vinny D. Martini in the house on the wrench. Thomas Robinson. What's up, Thomas? TJ from the viewing from the other side of the pond, England, I believe, or Scotland. I forget where you're from, TJ. I know you're from the Great Islands, the British Isles. Jim Gerard, what's up, Jim? Jim is our consultant from Iowa. He's there, where he says, Jim says 98 out of 99 counties have voted already. Zitsu Kuda, what's up? Les Grossman. William R. Hall, how are you? Everybody's here. All right, man. So let's begin. Let us begin. So that's the story right there. It was predictable, and Trump easily wins Iowa caucus in historic landslide. Urges unity to straighten out death and destruction. I'm not gonna get too much into the post spin. We'll listen to all of the would-be candidates. Vivek Ramaswamy drops out. We'll listen to Ron DeSantis. We'll listen to Nikki Haley, and then we'll listen to Trump. Just give them. I'm going to give them the platform. Let them speak, and we can make up our own minds. We're all adults. So, first contest was no contest at all, says Des Moines. Says the Post in Des Moines, Iowa. Former President Donald Trump won the Iowa caucus in a blowout Monday night, confirming his standing as the clear frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. With 97% of the vote in, Trump had 51% support. DeSantis, 21%. So that solves the mystery. Who's going to come in second? Ron DeSantis. Former South Carolina governor. I didn't know. I forgot that she was the governor. I thought she was just the ambassador. So Haley got 19%. DeSantis 21%, Haley 19%, Ramaswamy 7.5%. Right, and Trump got 51.1% with 97% of the vote. So put Trump around 52 or 3 when it's all counted. 77-year-old Trump recorded the biggest margin of victory in modern history of Iowa GOP caucus. Right. This is the largest margin of victory dating back to 1976, and became the first Republican candidate to get more than 50% support in a contested caucus. Congratulations, Donald Trump, making history. I told you it's going to be a blowout. I told you that he's going to outperform because of the fear factor, right? That's the number one thing when looking at polls. When someone's asked who you're voting for, they're not going to say Trump because they don't want to get fired. They don't want to get surrounded by a bunch of fucking radicals, coming to their house, knocking on their door, saying, "What's up, man? What's up, man? What's up, Trump? Yo, what's up, Trump?" Nah, it's sure like that'll happen to you, right? So those people are afraid. There's fucking Slick Willie. Why is Slick Willie in here? Slick Willie, former post-humanity to say about it. So there's Vivek. So that's the odds. 51. Let's call it 52. Let's call it an even 52, and we'll look at how everyone had this thing. So Sunday, all right, the caucus was yesterday. So now we're going past Iowa Republican caucus. Trafalgar had Trump 33. So they were wrong, right? All the pollsters had it wrong, right? They had Trump 33 miss. Right on Sunday, Emerson had Trump at 34. The result is 52. Right, so again, outperforming the polls. NBC had Trump at 28. Right, and he almost doubled that number. You see how he's outperforming? Republican nomination, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the Iowa caucus. Inside Advantage had Trump at 34. Again, 51 is we already know the answer. So in every situation, Iowa, even in Iowa, Trump they had him at 41%. Suffolk University had him at 32. Right? So Trump is blowing out the polls. Trump is blowing away the polls. Right. So we'll start to look at New Hampshire next. But let's just digest for a while. How are the Democrats taking it? How are the
courts have held this for a long time, dating back to
Democrats, wake up! Wake up! This guy's going to be talking about executing people. And you're like, no, we wouldn't want to offend Joe Biden. He's definitely going to lose to him. But hey, we bow down to authority. Joe Biden's ego demands a second term. Screw Joe Biden's ego. We're going to lose the goddamn country to a tyrant and a dictator who's telling you ahead of time that he's going to murder people. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Democrats.
I think he's unhappy.
Courts have held this.
Do you think he's unhappy?
Democrats, wake up! Wake up!
Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head is very sad. And that's Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. He's pissed off. Trump's a dictator. So let's listen to Vivek Ramaswamy, the very intelligent, ran a great race, right to the end, right to the last day, respectful. Really zero controversy. I know there's buzz out there. Oh, he's a turncoat. He's a plant. Vivek Ramaswamy. That last statement doesn't mean that he's in anybody's pocket. It just means he's taking a shot. In the last hours of the campaign, Vivek Ramaswamy took a shot and said that the establishment would never let Trump, near the presidency again, and you should vote for me. That's not bad. That's part of campaigning, right? And that's all he's guilty of. So let's listen to the very, very great Vivek Ramaswamy. I hope that he's around for a long time. I hope he parlays his career into something visual so we get to see what he's doing. And stay in tune. Vivek Ramaswamy.
Not just to the Democrats, but to our own side. And not just to other campaigns and candidacies, but to ours. And so I will stick to the truth tonight. The first hard truth, and this one's hard for me. I got to admit this. But we've looked at it every which way, and I think it is true that we did not achieve the surprise that we wanted to deliver tonight.
No.
And I think that that's just a hard fact that we're going to have to accept as a campaign. And the question then is, what do we do that is right for our country?
Uh-huh.
And so Purv and I, we actually didn't make this contingency plan before everybody told us to. We said, no, we're not doing that. But we talked about it tonight. We took a little bit of time in our apartment in Des Moines before coming here to make some hard choices.
Spit it out.
And I wanted to make a couple of announcements tonight to get the business out of the way. And then I want to tell you where we're going. As of this moment, we are going to suspend this presidential campaign.
Wow.
And this is going to have to be
done.
There is no path for me to be the next president,
no
absent
path.
things that we don't want to see happen in this country.
Absent of things we don't want to see happen in this country. Like what, Vivek? Somebody whacking Trump or something something of that sort, locking him up so he can't run, right? Yes. I don't think that's an excuse to that's not an excuse to not run. That's just a talking point. Is that still true? Is Trump still vulnerable to criminal prosecution and assassination? Yeah, he is, in my view. That doesn't change. Whether Vivek Ramaswamy's in there or not doesn't change it.
And I think that I am very worried for our country. Mm-hmm. I think we are skating on thin ice as a nation. We have done everything in our part to make, and done, every one of us in this room has done our part to save this country. And I am so proud of every one of you who have lifted us up. But we're a campaign founded on the truth. And so that's why we've made that decision today. Mm-hmm. And I'm also making the decision that this has to be an America First candidate in that White House.
Yeah.
As I've said since the beginning, there are 2 America First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulated him on his victory. And now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency. And I think we're going to do the right thing for this country.
There you go.
And so I'm going to ask you.
There you go. There you go. Vivek Ramaswamy has thrown his support to the great Donald Trump. I like this frame right here. Trump, you got the outcome right there. That's the spread right there. Trump 51, and that's with that's Fox reporting with 52% of the vote in. They had Trump 51, DeSantis 21, Haley 19, Ramaswamy 7. Not bad, man. Not bad for a guy unknown. It's hard though. It's going to be hard for any one of these candidates to stay in the limelight unless Trump brings them into the cabinet. Unless Vivek Ramaswamy becomes, Secretary of State or something, which he would be. Trump would be stupid to not use Vivek Ramaswamy in his cabinet, or a Ron DeSantis or a Nikki Haley. Bring them all in, right? Bring them all in. They're all, people like DeSantis and Nikki Haley, although they're talking down about, when they speak of Trump, that'll all change in an hour or two. So after Trump pulls away, right? So let's listen to the late great Nikki Haley, still in the race, still thinks she's winning. Let's see.
At one point in this campaign, there were 14 of us running.
Yeah.
I was at 2% in the polls. But tonight, Iowa did what Iowa always does so well. The pundits will analyze the results from every angle. Mm-hmm. We get that.
Yeah.
But when you look at how we're doing in New Hampshire, in South Carolina, and beyond.
There's some truth to what she's saying. She's polling higher in other places. But again, you're not tallying in. You now saw with your own eyes how Trump is outperforming. So it doesn't even matter. And now with Vivek Ramaswamy off the table, right? That's another 7 points in the balance. That's going to go to Trump. There's no doubt.
I can safely say tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a 2-person race.
And who are those 2 people? You and Trump? No. For me, Nikki Haley, I know other people see it differently. It doesn't, her message resonates zero. I don't get it. I see it all about her. Me, vote for me. I don't hear the leadership. Right? I hear it's kind of, sort of with Ron DeSantis, and of course you hear it with Trump, but I don't hear it with Nikki Haley. I heard it with Vivek. So she still thinks she's winning. Let's listen to Ron DeSantis.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron. Ron DeSantis, the number 2.
Thank you. Thanks so much. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at us.
Yeah. Give it to us, Ron.
We love you too. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at us. They spent almost $50 million.
I don't care what you say about this guy, right? This guy is a great, great man. He's a great governor of Florida. Look what he did. He zero taxes in Florida. The way he handled the COVID nonsense, no masks, no garbage, no forced vaccines, right? Everything went fine. Everything was wonderful. Florida prospered under Ron DeSantis. So Ron DeSantis' leadership in government is proven. Ron DeSantis is a proven product. He just picked the wrong time to run. His mistake is running against a wildly popular historical president, Donald Trump. And that's really it. Other than that, nothing but respect for Ron DeSantis.
Attacking us. No one's faced that much all the way just through Iowa. The media was against us. They were writing our obituary months ago.
That's not really true. The media wanted to see you beat Trump, in my view.
They even called the election before people even got a chance to vote.
They always do that. They always call the election when there's a landslide. They can call an election with, 10% of the vote in. If 90% of the people in Des Moines, Iowa vote for Trump, that's with 10% in, they know who the winner is. That's science, Ron. Wake up. You know that.
But they were just so excited about the fact that they were predicting that we wouldn't be able to get our ticket punched here.
I think Ron DeSantis, that's really all about him. He's Ron DeSantis, if Trump brings him into a cabinet, remember, Ron DeSantis is the sitting governor of Florida, is a seat in Trump's administration better than what he already has? I don't know, man. Governors are pretty powerful, right? He's the governor of Florida. That's pretty influential. And he could ride the storm for 4 years. The question is, are people going to remember Ron DeSantis in 4 years? These types of things are very unforgiving. Because if people did remember who won Iowa caucus, 8 years ago? Where's Ted Cruz? Where is fucking the other guy, Marco Rubio? They're gone. Right? So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure that Ron DeSantis will have staying power. He's going to have to work really hard to stay afloat. Right?
Out of Iowa, but I can tell you, because of your support, in spite of all of that they threw at us, everyone against us.
Exaggeration.
We've got our ticket punched out of Iowa.
It's just he's exaggerating. All right, so anyway, let's not kill him. Oh shit, we're open. Oh my God, markets are open. So let's look at the markets and then we'll listen to Trump in his entirety if you want to hear it all. So markets are opening red right now. Goldman Sachs profit in final quarter of turbulent year. Soaring profit from the very, very aggressive Goldman Sachs investment banking firm controls most of Wall Street. All Jews, the Jews. Those are the Goldman Sachs are top Jews, the Jew. That's the Jew. So the NASDAQ down 50, Dow Jones Industrial Average down 57, S&P 500 down 13. Let's look at the big board. NVIDIA up another 5 to $553 a share. Oh my God, did Nancy Pelosi and Pete Pelosi get it right, man? They were chirping on NVIDIA when it was $100 a share. Now it's $550. All right, what you talk about insider trading, par excellence. That was a great trade. Apple down 2% today to 182. Amazon down 46 cents. Meta, formerly Facebook, up 27 cents. Microsoft, the great Microsoft, up $4 a share. Tesla down another 5. EV makers getting crushed. Rivian down another 3.5% to 17.38. You got to wait for Rivian is getting short. They're shorting the shit out of this one. So you got to wait for you got to wait for it to bottom, go sideways, and then the squeeze will come. Right, and you jump in right there. It could be 16. It could be 15. Who knows? There's people on those boards saying, "Oh, it's a $3 stock." Rivian. Again, electric vehicle makers. I don't see how that isn't a winner going forward. And when you consider Rivian, how much backing Goldman Sachs was in on that underwriting, J.P. Morgan was in on that underwriting. BlackRock. There's a lot of powerful players in on Rivian, so I don't see it as being a deadbeat going forward. It's just you got to wait for it to bottom out. It's a long hold, a year, 2, 3, 5, who knows? Just wait till it goes all the way down and buy it. That's all, and just sit there and wait. And turn the page. Right? What else? Bitcoin up $300 this morning to 42.8. 42.8. It was only 46. It's coming down, I guess. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing down another 9. Boeing got smashed on some sort of bad earning, maybe. I don't know what it is. Raytheon down 36 cents. Lockheed Martin up $1. Holy vaccine stocks. Moderna 101 getting smashed. Nobody wants it anymore. Nobody wants their stuff. Moderna down almost 4 points, down 4%. Johnson & Johnson down 88 cents and Pfizer down 18 cents. So red day for military industrial complex and the medical industrial complex. The banks are going to report this week. And red, everything is red on Wall Street right now. And so let's listen to the great Donald Trump.
I want to thank everybody. This has been some period of time, and most importantly, we want to thank the great people of Iowa. Thank you. We love you all. What a turnout, what a crowd. And I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together. We want to come together, whether it's Republican or Democrat.
Before we do that, does anybody see this? Does anybody...
Courts have held.
Democrats, wake up! Wake up! This guy's talking about executing people. And you're like, well, we wouldn't want to offend Joe Biden.
I just want to get a laugh before we watch Trump.
He's definitely going to lose to him. But hey, we bow down to authority. Joe Biden's ego demands a second term. Screw Joe Biden's ego. We're going to lose the goddamn...
What is he talking about, really? What is he talking about with Trump? You almost going to scratch your head, right? What are you talking about? All right. You know, and Cenk also is a lawyer. He knows that a lot of those cases against Trump is bullshit. Right?
Country to a tyrant and a dictator who's telling you ahead of time.
A tyrant and a dictator. Wow, just wow, just fucking amazing, right? Amazing stuff. So here's the tyrant and the dictator.
Or liberal or conservative, it would be so nice if we could come together and straighten out the world and straighten out the problems and straighten out all of the death and destruction that we're witnessing. That's practically never been like this. It's just so important, and I want to make that a very big part of our message. We're going to come together. It's going to happen soon, too. It's going to happen soon.
Yep.
I want to thank some of the great people. We have so many senators. If I go through every name, we'll be here all night, and everybody's going to get angry at me. But the senators, the congressmen from Washington, they came down from all different states. I want to thank you very much. I want to congratulate.
Sorry, man.
Ron and Nikki.
Sorry, man. I didn't pay my YouTube bill.
For having a good time together. We're all having a good time together. And I think they both actually did very well. I really do. I think they both did very well. We don't even know what the outcome of second place is. And
that's a clear sign that Trump has no worries anymore about Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. They're done. Man. He knows they're done.
I see Carrie Lake. Congratulations, Carrie. Very good.
Because if they were close, Trump would be grilling them, say these disgusting Republicans, look, they're still hanging on, thinking they're going to get power. He'd be talking like that, but he's not. He's very cordial, which means everything with Trump is strategic, right? There's no doubt. So Trump, it looks like Trump is now confident that the polls are they're under reflecting how powerful and how much momentum he has at this point.
Spotted her, I have to announce, because she's terrific. She's going to be a senator, a great senator, I predict, right? You're going to be a great senator. And I also want to congratulate Vivek, because he did a hell of a job. He came from 0, and he's got a big percent, probably 8%, almost 8%, and that's an amazing job. It is amazing.
I got to give Trump being honest for a second. That's very hard to get 8% of American Republicans to vote for you, and you're an unknown. You're just some skinny Indian kid who made a lot of money in biotech, and you're running for president, and he got 7% of the vote. He's a smart guy. And Trump would be foolish. Trump would be foolish to let him go. Stick him in the cabinet somewhere. Make him your press secretary. Holy shit, Vivek Ramaswamy for press secretary. Now, is Vivek Ramaswamy, he's a rich kid. Does he want to do it? Does Vivek Ramaswamy want a spot in government? I think he would, because he has a vision, right? He has a vision for leadership. So make him your press secretary. Make him, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense or something. Right? Ambassador to India. There you go.
Oh, they're all very smart people, very capable people. I think most importantly, I want to thank my incredible wife, First Lady, I'll say former and maybe future. But more important than Melania, I want to thank her incredible, beautiful mother who passed away a few days ago. And she's up there, way up there. She's looking down, and she's so proud of us. And I just want to say to Amalia, you are special, one of the most special people I've ever
Roger Hop asks, what happened to Seth Rich?
known.
We all know what happened to Seth Rich. Right?
And that was a tough...
Same thing happened to Julian. Look no further than Julian Assange, and you'll know what happened to Seth Rich.
...period of time for the family. But she's amazing. She was amazing. So I just want to thank what she's done for our family, and her husband, who's home right now and very lonely. He's a lonely man, but he's going to be okay. Victor, they're great people, great parents to all of us, really. Great parents, but also to Barron. Boy, did she take care of Barron. That's how he got so tall. He only ate her food. And I want to thank my family generally. They've worked so hard, and they've taken so much
Donald Trump,
abuse.
very gracious, very gracious.
They really did. These two have been working so hard. And
very even-handed, very level, very balanced.
so they have to do it all, but they've been working so hard. And I know that Ivanka is home and Tiffany's home. They're watching. And I know that Barron's watching, good old Barron. I said, you're going to be a basketball player. I said, well, I like soccer, Dad, actually. I said, at your height, I like basketball better, but sometimes you can't talk them into everything. But he's a special boy. But the whole family is just incredible. And my sister, Elizabeth, who's just the biggest fan. She's just an incredible person and always supportive. We love Elizabeth so much. Also, we have a woman who took a big chance. You know, in most states,
What else we got?
away from Missouri, which is he's so perfect. Although he did break his leg during the campaign, that wasn't so good.
I want to see. Trump said,
do what God called you to do. You show up. You put one foot in front of the other. You have no idea what God has calling for you. You have no idea where you're going, and in some cases, you don't know why. But He needs you. He needs me. He needs all of us. It is God that is the answer.
boom, God is the answer. God is the answer.
So I don't want to be overly rough on the president.
That's why I like to leave the commercials in.
But I have to say that he is the worst president that we've had in the history of our country. He's destroying our country. And, you know, my wife attended the funeral 2 months ago of Rosalind Carter, and it was beautiful. And Jimmy Carter was there, and I thought to myself, Jimmy Carter is happy now because he will go down as being a brilliant president by comparison.
What are you
to Joe
talking
Biden.
about?
So Russia would have never attacked. Israel would have never been attacked.
If Trump was
The
president.
Ukraine situation is so horrible. The Israeli situation is so horrible. What's happened? And we're going to get him solved. We're going to get him solved very fast. I actually said, Ukraine, I know President Putin very well. I know Zelensky very well. I'm going to get him in. We're going to get it solved very quickly. Should have never happened. Would have never happened. Now
Yeah.
you have all that death, far greater than people understand. The numbers are far, far greater than anybody would even think possible. You're going to find that out in the years to come. When they knock down these
He's
massive
talking about Ukraine.
buildings in Ukraine, and then you see they announced 2 people were slightly wounded. No, many people were killed. Many people were killed. We're going to get it stopped. But it's so sad because it should have never started. People killed and a culture destroyed. You
Yeah.
can never replace
What about Gaza?
1,000-year-old buildings
What about Gaza?
with the most beautiful golden domes and churches and everything, just all rubble now. And it's so sad. Would have never, ever happened. And likewise, Israel would have never been attacked.
Israel would have never been attacked. That's all you got to say about Israel's treatment of Gaza? That's it?
It all comes from Iran.
And now the Iran conspiracy. All right, so, hey, listen, man, Trump is not the perfect individual, right? But we get what we get. So thank you all for joining me, man. It was fantastic. You want to listen to Cenk one more time? Cenk is the...
Courts have held this for a long time.
One more time.
Democrats, wake up! Wake up! This guy's talking about executing people. And you're like, well, we wouldn't want to offend Joe Biden. He's definitely going to lose to him. But hey, we bow down to authority.
I'll see you guys
Joe
tomorrow,
Biden's
man.
ego demands a second term. Screw Joe Biden's ego. We're going to lose the goddamn country to a tyrant and a dictator who's telling you ahead of time that he's going to murder people. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Democrats, stop being such losers and pick someone who can beat the tyrant. Otherwise, we're going to lose the country. And they're going to put you in jail, you dumbasses. Wake up! Democrats, wake up! Wake up! This guy's talking about executing people. And you're like, well, we wouldn't want to offend Joe Biden. He's definitely going to lose to him. But hey, we bow down to authority. Joe Biden.